Don't start now. He's got a little bit of time on there, but the protection's perfectly positioned with cover. England have got a side without a spinner, and they're really hurrying through their overs. You don't see any hanging around when the ball's delivered. The bowler's quickly back to his mark. Equally between the overs, all rushing around, getting into position ready to bowl the next over. So even
they've lost it in all the matches so far. That's well played. That's beautifully played. Well, spread out of the middle of the bat. A bit more of this, and they could get themselves a decent score.
That's a real strength of David Hussey's game. Anything square on the offside is right in his wheelhouse. He gave himself a little bit of room, but it was out there anyway. Bang. And that is 4.
Yeah, the first boundary for 9 overs, that one. And, sad, I'm not sure who's pointing to there. That was just short and wide. Oh, no, that was extra bounce. We've seen a couple of those today. The one that removed Cameron White was certainly a ball that bounced more than he thought. Just occasionally, when bowling from this Vulture Street end, as Shazad is at the moment, just the ball will bounce more than you think it's going to.
Sometimes when you see that tub, you suspect it might be in across the seam, and it's just bitten off the seam as it's landed, but that was more conventional.
Now an edge, flies down the third man. Oh, that's all like it. David Hussey says, I don't mind him at that pace. That was 116.8. And have left the bat at a quicker velocity.
Well, that man on screen is the perfect man to capitalise on these two bowlers. That was a very nicely placed ball, and he hit it right out of the middle of the bat. And if he can have a good look at Trott and Collingwood for the next 3 or 4 overs, he could really accelerate this scoring rate.
Away from the stumps. The 2 here. I'd like to see Rod Tucker just put the head down and sprint in once to see if he can get past that 17.6 k per hour. The current record is that reconditioned ball. 4-1-54, 16 overs remaining. Straight away Clark robs it. It's harder, it's wider. Goes to the boundary band.
It was a nice and gentle half volley from Finn first up, back from a spell. The Australian captain has played really nicely here today. That is exactly what he wanted.
Yeah, it's perfectly placed. A wonderful cover drive. Those fielders are quite tight there. Extra cover is quite straight.
Oh, good shot. Too short, too thin. Clark was on it in a flash. Much needed boundary for Australia.
Head on his shoulders.
He made a sprightly 46 not out the other evening, and Richie's right. He's a kind of irritating opponent. He hits it in funny places, goes about his business in a nice purposeful way that can easily send the bowler onto the back foot himself. Anderson wants his wicket. He's got it with that. Good pressure on Jimmy Anderson here, and they want this partnership broken. Michael Clark has had so much hard work to do. It's a one-day innings that on the scorecard doesn't look a whole lot. 51 from 71 if he happened to get out now. But he came in, things were set up nicely, then it got really tough. The wicket of Cameron White, and he had to do things the hard way. So far, so good. Sort of let the ball come to him a bit better. It's almost as if he's just eased his grip on the bat, a bit softer with his stroke play. Straight up in the air. Andrew Strauss takes the catch, brushes the others aside and says, "That's mine." Michael Clark will get a fonder reception, but he will know that, or at least he will wonder
if he's done enough.
Wokes has got another one. He got a full shot away earlier in the over. This one wasn't to be. Gains have been made, but Michael Clarke in Australia wanted more.
That in these conditions, bowlers like Collingwood and Wokes could be very effective.
Scott's one over means someone won't bowl 10, one of the strikers. He's going again.
Stop it, it's over the keeper's head. Mitchell Johnson was going for it no matter what. Gets away with one.
A power play or not, that goes for 4. It's the one area that you cannot protect if you're a fielding captain. That's straight over the keeper's head. Perfect result from Johnson's point of view and the Australians' point of view, but a bigger issue here is Shazad, because he's got more cricket to play after this game, and have a look at that hopping finish to where he's followed through. He looks like he's in all sorts.
I'd say he's done. He's got 2 balls remaining in his 8th over, and I'd say 2 balls in a row he's felt it. And for me, get on ice.
Yeah, good call. It's a difficult thing to do though. You just wish you could do more for your team. He put it on the line, didn't he? A short ball, the most energy sapping and front leg locking ball you can bowl when his hamstring or whatever it is was susceptible.
Well, the skipper has gone over and said, bowl on, I think. He's just going to get belted. And that's gone through the tunnel of Andrew Strauss. Came in with a big bridge. Away she goes.
I'm not sure the skipper wants to see any video of this either. It was very, very well hit, but it was certainly a fieldable ball, and it's just gone straight underneath the arms.
Well, he's got one delivery to get through, and he'll be straight off.
Physically wrong with him.
And Mitchell Johnson's on his bike now. It was a slightly slow delivery probably from James Anderson, but Mitchell Johnson went the heave-ho to the onside. And that's all she wrote.
Cramping line by James Anderson, leg stump and just outside. As you say, went the heave-ho, that's his shot. The men are out there though. The next batsman just has to be careful. The heave-ho mightn't be the go. Leave Steve Smith to do that. 7 for 212.
He's on the big slog there, Mitchell Johnson. It is one of his shots. It's in the repertoire. But he didn't make contact. That was the mistake. And the pressure's on. As soon as you take the batting power play, the previous over was the most critical for the Australian innings. The obligation is to keep going.
Let's just take a sniff that one. Anderson halfway down, and Johnny Hastings has just walked into a couple. Look at, so this is good bounce right under his nose.
You can put all your offsides up tight in the ring if you can deliver that ball after ball. Very difficult to score off. And your second ball, no matter where your fielders are. Great move by Jimmy Anderson.
Do everything, and he can. That is just a magnificent cricket shot.
Tough after this for Steve Finn to come in replacing Shazad, who was on the go, to bowl his last over.
I'll tell you what that shot will do. That'll sort his AB medal date out. He's playing shots like that. We keep reading he's after a date for the AB medal. Those scorching cover drives will help Hills.
Don't really mind whether they help that or not, Mick, but it's a fantastic start for his side in this 47th over. That didn't get called as if it was over the head height of the batsman in his normal standing position.
What sort of shot is that? Was hooked on its way. That's nicely done. Hastings set himself, slight back away, and then realised that the ball was following him. Good stuff.
And the stroke blow Smith has got Finn thinking. Across the seam, looking to get a little extra bounce, unusual bounce. Hastings goes with it. The line just wrong from Finn. Hastings good enough to catch up with it.
Vic Wright, the fielder, put in a big effort, but he's never going to get there. So Hastings gets himself going.
Has he got enough on it? Yes, he has. Couple of bounces for. Good sign. He bustling all-rounder. Needs to contribute with the bat. Get a feeling he's more of a bowling all-rounder, but this is good batting. When we all heard today that Stephen Finn was playing his first ever one-day international for his country, he raised a few eyebrows. Maybe we're getting an indication as to why. This 9.5 overs have gone for 60. And he just doesn't quite have the discipline of line and length that we've seen from Anderson and Shazad and Wokes, certainly. But that was excellent hitting from Big Johnny.
Yeah, but it was a touch better. His first 9 overs were just 47. This one's gone for 13. So he wasn't going the worst. Hastings, how did he muscle that so far? Nearly 6.
Deep. There's a little fumble out there, but they won't come back for the second. 47 overs complete. It is 7 for 2. And then we await the 50th over. It has to trot, doesn't it? Do you think he's nervous already? And Wokes is pushing hard for his 5 wickets. He's got hold of that. Straight to the man in the deep. He's got 5. Chris Wokes is the star in the field for England.
Johnny Hastings could not have picked out a worse man. He's hit it straight to Collingwood, who has a magnificent pair of hands. The wicket that they needed has fallen. Actually hit it pretty well. I look at Collingwood. This never looks like dropping the ball in any part of the ground. Australia.
It's brilliant. Hopefully that we'll be able to get up tonight to give them something to really enjoy watching.
Another wicket gone. That's the bad news for the Australians. Luke Wright is down at third man. Looks as if it's Brett Lee who's been held down there. Let's turn to this match. What sort of a score would you pick as par on that pitch?
I think around 240, 250 would be par. The wicket's got enough in it. It's a little bit too paced, the wicket. I think if we get 240, 250 and we bowl really well, I think we're in for a big chance.
Your face was a picture when you were caught at point. You held the pose for a long time as if in disbelief.
It's one of those things that I felt I hit it really nicely, but unfortunately went straight to Paul Collingwood, who's got a nice set of hands. So it's just one of those things that when you hit it, you hope it goes in the gap, but it didn't today.
As the cult figure Dougie makes his way to the crease, just a word more on Ipswich and progress and the immediate future.
Yeah, well, it's progressing as well as it possibly could. Mayor Basali has been amazing in his effort to be able to try and turn things around as quick as he and the Ipswich people possibly can. So many people have been devastated with what's happened to their homes and to their lives, and Mayor Basali's doing an amazing job to really turn it around to try and get these people back on their feet as soon as possible.
The best you can do for all of them right now is win today, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let's hope we've got enough and we bowl nicely tonight.
All right, well, regards to everybody there, and thanks for giving us your time.
That's my pleasure. Thanks, Mark.
Right, we'll go back upstairs.
There we go, Chris Wokes. He's got 6 for the youngster. Is now being put out of the park, though. That is a dynamic stroke. It's 6 for the best. Directly over extra time.
Well, you can't believe this. Wokes has gone wicket, single, wicket, now 6. Finally, Smith's got something in his slot. All the field on the left of the screen is up. He not only gets it over, but he gets it over very convincingly. But Smith is 22.
It was a no ball as well, so this is a free hit. He's just hit one for 6. It's not a front foot no ball. Yep. So it's not a free hit. So good fortune for England, because they didn't have. Only had 5 inside.